I stamp on everything I love, bro. What type of gangster pull up on a man, say they gonna do something to a man, and pull out their phone on everything I love, bro? Baby ARP in hand, man. I just asked these folks, what you wanna do? Why y'all keep staring at me? I'm sitting here, right in the drive, parking lot, right there, tell them niggas what they wanna do. Man, them niggas shaking, man. 3, you shaking. Ben, shaking. Y'all niggas ain't do shit, man. Listen, then right after that, cuz I hop in the car, I'm like, man, what y'all want to do? Y'all don't want to do nothing. Nigga pull off in the whip. Now niggas want to pull their phone out, man. I had 2 niggas on the front line that would have laid y'all down. Come on, man. If you gonna post something, post that, bro.
Listen to this. NLE Choppa nearly found himself in a nightmare scenario in Houston, Texas, where NBA Ben 10, one of NBA YoungBoy's most reckless affiliates, almost turned daylight into a tragedy. This situation came dangerously close to ending with someone not making it back home, the kind of moments families never recover from, no cap. Behind all the wellness quotes, spiritual captions, and healthy living content, Choppa was speaking reckless about the wrong people, and it finally caught up with him in a parking lot where there was nowhere to escape. The real reason this beef spilled into the streets is way darker than most people realize, and yeah, we're about to expose all of it. What's good, gang? Because we're diving straight into some raw street drama that's been shaking the hip-hop scene. This is the kind of beef that never ends clean, and history keeps proving that anyone who seriously crossed NBA YoungBoy paid for it, either with freedom or with their life. Let's get into it. Now, before we go any further, let me keep it real with y'all. Social media has been flooded with clips showing NLE Choppa getting confronted in Houston by NBA Ben 10 and OG 33. But here's the thing. Both sides are telling completely different stories, so we're about to separate fact from fiction, truth from clout, because the internet never tells the full story. December 2024 was the month that flipped everything upside down for Choppa. This is the same Memphis rapper who was preaching spirituality, herbs, and healing, then randomly decided to drop 2 diss tracks aimed directly at NBA YoungBoy. Next thing you know, he's getting pressed in Houston by YB's people, and the whole situation nearly crossed a deadly line.
Now hold up, don't think this just popped off overnight. This tension's been simmering since 2019, a slow burn that finally exploded into real-life confrontation. And here's where it gets crazy. NLE Choppa used to be one of NBA YoungBoy's biggest fans, which makes this whole situation even more ironic. Let's rewind. From 2018 to early 2019, Choppa was a young Memphis artist blowing up off Shot of Flow, openly praising NBA YoungBoy as his favorite rapper. I'm talking interviews where he said it proudly, no hesitation. He even remixed YoungBoy's songs, turning Through the Storm into Through the Rain, and jumped on Drawing Symbols. At that point, he was a certified supporter, no debate. But here's what a lot of people miss about the streets and the industry. YoungBoy never really rocked with Choppa like that, and early on, it wasn't even personal. Coming from Baton Rouge, YoungBoy has a reputation for spotting fake energy from a mile away. From his perspective, Choppa was playing a role for the internet. Before rap, Choppa was a basketball player, not a street figure. Yeah, he caught a gun case at school and went to juvie, then came home and started rapping. But YoungBoy grew up in real trenches from a young age, and he can tell who lived it versus who's just acting for the cameras. The real turning point came in March 2019, when everything went left. Choppa was on Instagram Live, and while he tried to keep it cool, people in his background started disrespecting NBA YoungBoy, calling him fake and reckless. One of his guys even crossed the line with name-calling. Choppa tried to shut it down since thousands were watching live, but the damage was already done. YoungBoy saw that clip and went live himself the same day. His response was raw, aggressive, and crystal clear. He wasn't letting that disrespect slide. That's when everyone knew it was officially up.
But this goes deeper than just IG Live moments. Choppa made a move YoungBoy couldn't overlook. In March 2019, he linked up with Fredo Bang and dropped Gangster Talk. And in street terms, that move spoke loud. Fredo Bang is one of NBA YoungBoy's biggest real-life rivals, both coming from Baton Rouge with deep ties to opposing camps. This isn't internet beef. We're talking real losses, real retaliation, real street war. So when Choppa hopped on that track, it looked like he chose a side in a war he had nothing to do with.
On that song, Choppa dropped a lyric people believed referenced Youngboy's health issues, while Fredo Bang dissed Youngboy's late manager, Big Dump, who was killed in 2018. From that moment, Youngboy no longer saw Choppa as a former fan. He saw him as opposition. Youngboy responded musically. On Bad Bad in February 2020, he clowned Choppa and dismissed him as fake. Then on No Like I Know in January 2022, Youngboy escalated everything, threatening Choppa's life. He talked about a mother crying beside a coffin. He said he wanted his soul. That track felt eerie, fam. Youngboy was basically saying, you picked the wrong side and there's consequences. The line that really froze people was when he said, I'm surprised your parents ain't talking you out of this. I wasn't rap, that was a warning. Now, the obvious question. Why did Choppa jump back into this beef in 2024 after years of silence? Let's be honest, his momentum slowed down. His newer projects didn't hit like Cottonwood or his early run. Streams dipped, buzz faded. So what did he do? He doubled back. He dropped Me Out 3, aimed directly at Youngboy, then followed it up with more reckless energy online, posting like he was fearless, like he was ready for whatever came next. But here's what Choppa didn't calculate. NBA Youngboy isn't surrounded by rappers pretending. He's surrounded by real street dudes. Ben 10 and OG 33 aren't known for talking. They're known for crashing out. For anyone confused, a crash dummy is someone willing to throw their life away for the cause. No hesitation, no fear of consequences. That's the most dangerous type of person to beef with. Fast forward to December 2024, Choppa's in Houston, supposedly on family time, but someone allegedly dropped his location to OG 33. Social media claimed it came from someone in the LGBTQ community. I'm not confirming that, just repeating what circulated online. Ben 10 then posted, I just came out the house for nothing. In the background, you hear Choppa saying not to forget where they're at. That's when people knew something went down.
Then Choppa went live and told his version. He claimed he stood flat-footed in the parking lot with a gun out, ready. He said Ben 10 and OG 33 didn't want smoke and just pulled out phones. He even swore on his kids, saying all three could drop dead if he was lying. Fam, that's heavy. But OG 33 told a completely different story. He said Choppa froze up, thought they were cops, and didn't pull anything out until they drove off. Choppa clapped back, saying the cowboy hat dude was actually with him and they misread the situation. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Choppa is not built for this level of beef. History doesn't lie. G-Money from TBG was killed in 2017. Big Dump was killed in 2018. King Von clashed with YB's camp and died in 2020. Multiple TBG members are either gone or locked up. This isn't rap beef, this is real street war. And Choppa, for all the tough talk, is a former Memphis basketball player turned rapper. The streets are saying he got lucky in Houston. Now both sides are arguing online about who was tougher, but what's the prize? Internet respect? Choppa swearing on his kids doesn't match the spiritual image he's been selling. This situation exposes something deeper, the sickness in hip-hop culture. We respect destruction more than growth. Being called soft hurts, so people risk their lives to prove something that doesn't matter. Choppa was trying to evolve, but the streets pulled him back in. So what happens next? Does this escalate, or does Choppa wake up before it's too late? History says beefing with NBA Youngboy ends one way. I'm glad Houston didn't turn tragic, but this isn't over. This isn't rap. This is real life, and unless Choppa changes course, he could become another name on a list nobody wants to be on.